Hey everyone, it's 2 weeks post-op, and I wanted to give an update on how I've been recovering from my tonsillectomy. In the last video I made about a week out, and it was very rough. I I will never have that surgery again. If my tonsils grow back, you know what? I'm just gonna deal with it. I'm not. This was by far the worst. So I've had a few surgeries. The worst surgery I've ever had. I cannot. For me, it was incredibly painful. After I made that first video of the first 7 days, probably like a day or two later, I really started to. I would say about 2 days later, maybe 2 days later, I really started to feel the change in my pain level. I was able to do more. I had more energy. I wasn't tired as much. Like right now, my voice sounds a lot better. The bad breath that you get from that, from the scabs in your throat is almost completely gone. I had my post-op yesterday, and the doctor said that white film that you get on your tonsils right after surgery, it's still there a little bit, but it's almost gone too. So usually he said when that's completely cleared up, your breath will be back to normal. So don't worry about that. I know it must feel like it's going to take forever. It will work itself out. I'm still not quite able to eat crunchy food. I did try to eat popcorn 2 days ago, and it scratched up my throat so bad that it hurt. It was, I wouldn't say, like, okay, pain is relative. If you asked me like a week and a half ago, my definition of pain would have been completely different than it is now. But it did hurt, and it was uncomfortable for a few hours afterwards. So I still have to watch what I eat, but for the most part, I can pretty much eat anything that's not like, doesn't have any, like, it's not crunchy or it has like jagged edges. So that part of it's better. So my diet's almost back to normal now. I don't have any more throat pain as of right now, so I don't need the medication. So I was able to get off, of that for my throat. So overall, right now I do feel much better. I would say that it takes about 2 weeks. Like, if you're going to have this surgery, you need at least 2 weeks of recovery. 2 weeks, maybe a good solid week and a half, probably like 10 days of not working. And if you can work from home, you could probably start sooner, but honestly, you're going to start getting tired. You get, you start to feel pain. You want to lay down for a minute after you take your medicine sometimes. So I would take that into consideration. Just try, the biggest thing that you can do for yourself is rest. Rest a lot. Like, anytime you're tired, don't fight it. Just go to sleep. Because when you sleep, your body rejuvenates. Your body heals when you sleep. It doesn't do that when you're awake. So you need to remember that. I had no bleeding. I had no bleeding at all. I had, which I wouldn't even count it bleeding, but like the second day after surgery, I had a little spot, like a tiny little spot of blood when I spit up, because you spit up a lot the first couple of days. Like, you can't swallow that well, so you spit. Other than that, like, I didn't have any bleeding. I didn't have any complications. As far as that goes, it went smooth. But I think the biggest thing was using a humidifier in your room and drinking cold water constantly. Because when your throat dries out, I think that's really when you run the risk of bleeding even more. Breathing dry air doesn't help either. So I feel much better. So any of you going through this right now, hang in there. You will start to feel better. It doesn't seem that way because it's such a long recovery. And of course, it's like right there in your throat. So it affects everything. It affects how you talk. It affects what you can eat. Usually by like the 10th day, you're crawling out of your skin because you want to have like real food, and you can't get to it. You can't eat it. And it's awful. But just know that all of that will be so much better for you. Just know that it will get better. You will start to feel better, and just listen to your body. And when you're about this far out, you just, the only thing you can really do is just kind of pay attention to how your throat feels when you eat certain things. If it hurts a little bit, just know you're not ready for that yet. So other than that, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments you'd like to share in your, if you're in this, area of recovery at this point, you'd like to share any tips that you may have, please leave it in the comments below for other viewers. Otherwise, thank you so much and have a good day.